So, guys, I feel like I owe myself this, and I feel like I don't know. I owe myself this, and maybe I owe you guys a story as well. Cause man, let me be honest. A lot of shit I go through in life. I don't tell. I don't talk about it. I don't. You feel me? But recently I've been dealing with a lot of shit, man. That does not make any sense, man. For the past couple of years, bro, I've been struggling to stay on my toes. Majority of it came to fruition when I started coming down with depression, but more so when I came down with anxiety real bad. And since then, it's just been really difficult to just do basic stuff, maintain myself stuff. But surprisingly, I get a lot done in a day, despite it. Only can thank God for that, honestly, because there's just no way. Let's see. So, I guess to catch you guys up, either on what's been going on or what has transpired. So, basically, I'm dealing with my family, and I don't know how to describe them. My own family. Distant in a way, maybe neglectful at times, and just not very understanding. And I would also say not very supportive. Like, honestly, if I had to describe it, I would say it's conditional love and not unconditional love when it comes to my family. And not to say that it was the best to the beginning, as a kid growing up. But, to be where I'm at now, struggling and needing a little more support and help, it's just not there. It's not there. I guess I was lucky as a kid to get as far as I got, growing up as a teen, but I can't really say my mom was disabled, but my dad never really was there. My sisters were older and they kind of moved out. I guess they dealt with my parents, but kind of kept me in the dark with this shit, And, come to find out, I guess once you get older, you really start to see shit for what it is. And it's just like, man, I had to challenge my own family about some shit. And, of course, I don't know if it's just people closed-minded or I don't know what it is, but they don't ever really listen, They don't ever really take, to heart what you got to say, what you got to offer, what you got to bring to the table, come to a place of understanding, and try to find a middle ground to shit, So, long story short, I had to reach out to one of my friends or whatever, find a place, stay with them and shit, because, my family, they was acting more like I was a burden. And let me tell you, I cook, clean after myself, and I clean their house. I clean their shit. I take out their trash, I do chores. I help out as much as I can, on top of giving as money that I can. Now, I want to be honest about my shit, because without honesty and transparency, you feel me? Okay? You can't really go nowhere in life. So I get Social Security now. Still getting it for maybe a few years now, and honestly, it's quite not enough. But what is my condition kind of forces me to rely on it, which I don't like in the slightest, guys. Trying to be as transparent as I can, but I manage my shit. I manage my budget, all that shit. At the same time, while I'm trying my best to treat people right, make sure everybody else is good, keep the house clean, or whatever responsibilities I might have. Okay? Whether it involves kids, whether it involves whatever, I usually do the best I can, given that I have the right health and the right mind. And it's kind of funny because, like I said, I reached out to my friend. She offered to give me a place, whatever, place to stay. And In the beginning, it seemed okay, it seemed alright, but it went from good to hell very quickly. Um, Starting off with a lack of boundaries and a lack of understanding of personal space, etc., 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 to having the kids on me too much to where it's a burden. To I don't know, probably even worse than that. Like, experience is still fresh in my mind. Okay, mind you that this is supposed to be a friend that's helping me. Okay, but the reality was they were taking either advantage of me, advantage of my situation, and then I guess once people use you up, they throw you to the wind, and that's exactly kind of what happened, you know. But here's the catcher. All this is because of my friend wanting to chase a neighbor or whatever downstairs, you know, someone they liked. And I guess maybe I was a little bit too in the way, you know, too much in the way, but it's just some things that you just don't compromise, that you don't betray a whole friendship just so you can chase after a relationship. Which, mind you guys, funny enough as it is, the relationship she's going after is also a relationship that's taking advantage of her. So my friend betrayed me basically to be taken advantage of, which eventually is going to catch back up with her anyway. But long story short, it ended up getting put out less than 30 days, mind you. And wasn't even on a lease. And for whatever reason, my friend doesn't feel comfortable putting people on a lease, which does not make sense. It's not. And it's just, I've been in this friend's life on in and out. I've come through for them multiple times, helping them with various things when they didn't even have shit. I came through and helped them. Okay, guys. I want to show y'all just how cruel life can be, especially when it comes down to friendships. I can tell you, majority of the friendships in my life, man, extremely toxic. Down to some of the girlfriends that I have, some of the relationships that I have is extremely fucking toxic, man. And they swear up and down that you the crazy one. They swear up and down that you the one losing the screws, but nigga, your heart always gonna tell you like, damn, this shit don't feel good. This shit don't feel right. Something ain't right. Something ain't adding up. I shouldn't be this upset. Why am I irritated? You gonna be fucking questioning yourself, asking yourself 100 million times, like, the fuck is going on? When in reality, it has nothing to do with you. It has everything that everybody else and others are doing to you. And then subtly telling you, oh no, you feel me? You feel me? What y'all need to do is get away from this shit. So, yeah, I had to call my homeboy, man. I had to reach out to people I probably haven't spoken to in years, man. All because I was on the verge of getting ready to be homeless, man. Let me tell you, because, like I say, and it's so crazy that I think that if I didn't reach out to my homeboy when I did, man, I kid you not, this moment I would probably be wandering the streets. Wandering the streets, man. I just think, you know, that last minute calling was nothing but God, man. Nothing but God showing His love and mercy. Because the situation itself, man, I could tell you that it had to be in grace. Because the shit that they was trying to pull and get away with, and the shit that they was doing while I was down there and dealing with them, and still taking care of their kids and shit like that, you know. This is my friend. So this is a female friend that I had to deal with, man. I'm telling you, man, females, especially shady females, I'm not gonna say all females is bad, but come across a shady female, man, they're gonna put you through the most. They're gonna put you through the most, man. And, you know, the whole experience has changed my perspective of how I view her now. Because I've never been so disgusted with anybody, you know. I never seen somebody who could be so self-centered, who could be so evil, basically, you know. Just so they can chase their little fantasies and desires. Which, mind you, the neighbor downstairs she's trying to fuck with, she don't even don't even fuck with her heavy like that. Like, I could say that the neighbor downstairs as a whole, as a person, is very manipulative in a way, takes advantage of her in a way, and is irresponsible in a way. And I ain't even gonna go into details about it. You can just take my word from just saying that, what that picture looks like. Because I don't want to waste too much time and energy thinking about them, per se. But I could be focused on other things. So am I in a better position now? Well, I'm on here talking to you guys. So one way I guess you can say, yes, I am in a better position right now. Where I want to be at in life? Not necessary. However, I am currently in a way, let's see, like I told you, I have a lot of support, a lot of guidance, a lot of help, with a lot of shit in my life, dealing with things, people, places, and, doing the best you can on your own, without any help, without any support from friends or family. It's kind of a rough deal, and it just so happened, man, my homeboy managed to come through for me, man. Sometimes, it's the ones you don't think, you feel me, care about you, that care about you. Cause I tell you, man, I know people, okay, cars and shit and everything. Not one of them really gave a fuck. And I'm still trying to process that, Because when it comes down to it, man, when it gets real bad, you gotta think, man, someone can at least spare you a fucking closet or something, spare you a fucking corner, you feel me, nigga, shit, when you really in trouble, and you really need help, when you really going through situations in life, and see, you feel me, I kind of feel like I should never have been going through these things in the first place to begin with. People know about my disability. People know that I have a hard time doing stuff. I ain't gonna say I have a hard time taking care of myself entirely, because like I said, I can do shit most people don't even do for themselves, But when it comes down to certain things, I have a more harder time than other things, you feel me? And so, overall, how do I feel about it? Betrayed, abandoned, rejected. Basically the shit that I've been dealing with my whole life, anyway. It's nothing new to me. It's nothing fucking new to me. I wish I could say it was new. But, man, this is the shit I've just been dealing with my whole life, man. And it's to the point now where it's just where you really get on the verge of nothingness. Because, let me tell you, to come that close to homelessness, come that close to not having a place to go, to come that close to having all your shit, on the curb with nobody to turn to, no family to rely on, no friends, you feel me? Almost no friends to look out for you and shit. Where the fuck you gonna go? You go to a homeless shelter, and they might keep you over fucking night, and that might be fucking it. You go to a motel, you gonna better have some money. The fuck? But at the same time, I look at it, and see, I always, the relationship I had with her up to this point has always been a little shady. It's like I always did more, I always do more, always ended up doing more. Almost at my expense. So to see that finally come out of her and shit, you feel me, doesn't surprise me. I'm not really surprised by it. I knew she was kind of shady in a way, not always 100%. But I didn't have no idea that she was basically, I can really say at this point, evil. And I don't like to judge people, I don't like to, you feel me, say anything negative or bad about people, but after that experience, I feel like that's a title well deserving of how she treated me, and how unfair she was, you feel me, and how can I say it? a lack of understanding. Like I can say a lack of understanding, a lack of empathy, and a lack of fucking care in general. But I got so much shit to say that I can't even get it all out. You feel me? And so yeah, here I am now, trying to make the best of what's left. What's left of my, can I say my soul, my heart, my mind, and shit. Because I've been through it quite a bit, but I think out of everything that I've been through, man, it's just that roundabout once again, like dealing with, like, why am I dealing with this again? I keep asking myself, why am I dealing with this? What's going on in my life that I keep dealing with this? That I keep ended up getting back to a point. And I really think the answer to that is the fact that, you know, every time I get in a rough spot, I rely on my family, you know, and they don't necessarily put me in a position where, you feel me, I can rely more on myself. In other words, like, if I'm doing applications, if I'm, you feel me, like, they ain't never really help me achieve, you feel me, how can I say, getting into my own place, you know. And then even with that, even if, let's say, I put an application in somewhere and it went through with my income and everything, my documents and shit all together, you know, I got a reasonable credit score and all that shit, who gonna help me move all my shit into my place, you know? So on the family spectrum side of things, the only thing I can say about it is they put a roof over my head. They didn't go no further than that. And what I really needed probably the most for the past few years is my own shit. You know, they got their suggestions on what you should, what you shouldn't do. Oh, you should do this, or you should do that. Oh, you need this, or you need that. Nigga, I'm just now realizing that there's so many opportunities out here, especially for someone in my position that fits the criteria for me, where I'll be able to have a place and live within my means, and it'll still be reasonable. And they talking about I need all this shit. It's like, you know, they ain't never considered, you know, my situation. They ain't never considered my disability. They ain't never considered my, you know, it was just a lot of shit that they just ignored and shit. And it's like, I don't know what kind of taste it leaves in my mouth. I just know it's not sweet. It's a little bitter. You feel me? And to find out that my friend, female friend, is a backstabber, doesn't really sit too well, because I don't ever put myself in a position where I have to rely on someone that's gonna stab me in the back or betray me, put me in a fucked up position, anything. I stopped doing that shit a long time ago. I stopped fucking with people like that a long time ago. So if I would have seen it coming in hindsight, I would have avoided the situation altogether. And I see that's what a lot of people are saying, a lot of my friends are saying about it now. You feel me? Or see, gotta say some of my more supportive and understanding friends. You feel me? They're saying about it now. That, you know, if she was gonna help you, then why was she, you feel me? Or she put herself, you feel me? Like, she basically became a hypocrite to herself, almost, just about. You say you're gonna help somebody, then you turn your back and turn on them and shit. Like, what the fuck? It's so, guys, yeah. For me, it's like an eye-opening experience in a way. But then again, at the same time, I'm thankful for it, because I know I can turn around and look back. Not only does it teach me that I can survive a lot, but it also, at the same time, shows me, damn, who I can't trust. Who I should fuck with and who I shouldn't fuck with no more. And I hate to have to be out here saying fucking shit that I'm saying the way I'm saying it. But at the same time, man, when I think about it as a whole, it's just like, man, I shouldn't even be on here saying this shit. I shouldn't have to be in the position where I have to be on here saying shit like this. Like, you feel me? You feel me, man? Because I feel like, as mature as I am now, I would never put myself in a position where I have to get in my feelings enough that I have to come out here and say something about some bullshit that's going on in my life. But I don't even put myself in a shitty situation. Every time I've been in a shitty situation in my life is because my family failed or neglected to do something or to help me in some way, which has either left me or left me in a more fucked up position than necessary, which made it even harder for me to, you feel me? Like, I just don't understand. I don't understand. I don't understand what was so hard about my, family helping me, because I'm gonna say with the shit that I've been going through and the shit that I've been dealing with over the past few years, I came down with thyroid problems. That's what really, kind of really took me out for real. So, yeah, medical conditions, which made what was already harder. On top of the depression and anxiety, I was just like, man, if something wanted to take me out of this world, it sure is trying. It's damned its best. I don't think I have any more strawberry seeds, man. Like, guys, when I say I'm done, dude, I mean, I'm done, bro. This shit now so crazy to me, man. Like I say, man, I look at it now, I know when I get the key to my first place and I turn it, man, it's a lot of shit that I'm just gonna look back on, a lot of shit I'm gonna think about, a lot of shit that I'm just gonna feel like I gotta get cut out of my life. People I need to stop dealing with and talking to, especially those who don't put as much effort back into the relationships that I put in. Because I can always tell you, I always, for some reason, put a lot more into relationships than people put back in. Friendships, relationships, all that, man. I was just like, man, what the fuck? What the actual fuck? And see, I be trying to downplay it sometimes, like, oh, maybe I'm just being too strict, maybe I'm just being too harsh. But I'll never, fail to be real and true to myself, to where I'm questioning, okay, I must be doing something wrong. Because it's 9 times out of 10, okay, I could be gentle with shit and be understanding with shit, but it's not necessarily always me doing damage. Wearing that tight ass thong outfit. I'm so, like, you feel me, guys? Like, when I say I'm over shit, bro, I hate to sound like a bitter person, but I kid you not, man. It's just, after that experience, like, there was no reason for me to have to go through that with anybody. Because I felt like what I went through would have been some shit that I would have went through in the past, dealing with, like, immature teenagers or some shit like that. Like, you feel me? Like, back in my young days, nigga, like, you feel me? We grown as fuck now, nigga, what the fuck? Doing all this petty, dumb, stupid shit for. Like, you feel me? If you want a definition of stupid, man, it's dumb, petty shit like that, man. Not to be funny, not to talk down on anyone, but you should have enough common sense where you should know not to treat people a certain way and shit. You considerate and understanding of other people, man. You just lack the capacity. I can get a lack of empathy. I can get a lot of things, because people got a lot of conditions that make a lot of money, but at the end of the day, nigga, you was never going to be so fucked up that you would do certain stuff. Okay? Unless you were just a bad person overall. So I don't know how anyone could ever be so self-centered. You feel me? And the only reason I can't, I should knock other people, But see, I used to be somewhat the same way when I was younger, but that's when I was younger, nigga. Like, you feel me? People got the option to get themselves over to Jesus Christ, bro. Get their heart, mind set right. And instead, nigga, they want to still be out here shitting on people. Shitting on people, man. And doing what's fucked up out here, man. And it's just like, nigga, you got a chance to live a life that makes sense. But you want to live a life of chaos and destruction and destroy other people. It's not enough that you're destroying, you feel me, yourself. You trying to take people with you, bro. And you know, I feel bad for the woman's kids and stuff, man. Like, I've been saying people been saying a lot of shit about the whole thing, the whole situation. She probably got dogged out, you know, a lot of people, especially some of her friends. And I feel like she deserved that. And at the same time, some of her family members, but at the same time, you feel me, bro? Cause nigga, I've been what? Can I say idol? I wouldn't say idol. I've been part of their family for a long time. For a very long time. So everybody knows me. Everybody knows how I rotate. Everybody knows, you know. You feel me, bro? Like, nigga, I can see if I was like some toxic nigga, some lazy nigga, or something like that. But nigga, ain't none of that shit. Okay? You feel me? Ain't none of that shit over here. So for you to go and dog me and for you to stab me in the back and shit like that, you ain't have no good reason to do the shit that you did. Other than the fact that you wanted to be all smoochy cuddly with your neighbor downstairs. Like, people would do some fucked up shit to get some shit. And I just like, that ain't even, you feel me? Imagine if it was like what people would do to get the money. You feel me? But that's not even a necessity, bro. That relationship can go south at any moment. But then again, I feel like, you know, people get what they deserve. You want something messy, you gonna get something messy. You do something messy, you gonna get something messy. You feel me? You're gonna reap what you sow. Shit. And I might sound bitter, I might sound resentful, and I kid you not, I'm really not. Like, at the end of the day, I'm gonna feel the way I feel, but I'm gonna get over that shit. You feel me? Not to be funny or nothing like that, but you feel me? I'm gonna get over that shit. Once I get over that shit, I ain't gonna think about that shit no more. But sometimes I feel like I need to express raw emotions while it's raw, not only for myself, maybe for some other people, but also just all to document and keep track of. Yeah, you don't want to go through that shit no more. It's like, yeah, you remember that shit. You don't want to go through that shit no more. So I don't know what I'm about to do here with my character, bro. Cause normally I just make female characters. I try to it's past Thursday, so I don't know if that event's still going. I can check though. Just get on here and get my dyes and shit, man. It's just crazy because it's like every time I do something to get my life on the right track, and every time I get some shit together, that's when people want to start acting funny and shit, man. Friends, family, and all. It's just wild.